Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Melissa. I'm going to jump in here and close out paycheck number 1 of May. This paycheck ran from May 10th until the 23rd, so if you're interested in seeing what the numbers are for the end of the pay period, please stay tuned. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. I apologize for how I sound, but I'm going to go in here and close out the paycheck budget. So first things first, I have to start out with my transaction log, and we're just going to see if we can get through this as quickly as possible. The pay period started on May 10th, that I got my paycheck for $23.30 Hubby sent over $1,000. That same day, I paid the babysitter $220. I set aside $12.50 for the first half of June's rent, and then I got the 401k loan. So the 401k loan was for $8,747.76. So I'm going to hit that. I did deposit it into my account. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out the video that I did. I will link it in the cards, or I will link it in the description. So I went ahead right away and I paid $8,000 to OneMain. There was $747.76 left. And what I did with that money, $189.25 went to savings, and what was left over went into the budget, which was $558.51. I did set aside the internet money, so I do know what the bill is, and I did set aside $123, but I'm putting the actual amount in here for $122.95. This has not been paid yet. I'm still waiting on the automatic payment to go out, but this money is already set aside. Also on the 11th, I set aside the money for my cell phone, which is $290.11. This still has not been paid yet. I actually could go ahead and click these as cleared because technically the money is set aside. I won't be using that. Well, we'll see. I'll just get clear when they go through. On the 12th, I went to the bagel shop for breakfast for $6. I paid my YNAB subscription on the 12th for $16.29. And then I had to transfer some money back out of savings for $32.50. This was out of the car sinking fund. I needed to renew my car tax for the Mini. And here we go, $123.50. I paid to renew the tax for the Mini to the DMV. I then made half of my lending club payment of $530. Google Cloud went out for $2.16. I sent $263 for my daughter for child support on the 13th. Then I sent her $20 for fund money. I got my son's haircut for $35. I went to CVS and I picked up some household goods for $18.79. I stopped in at Lowe's and I picked up some light bulbs. This was for light bulbs for $34.72. I went to BJ's and I picked up some groceries for $27.28. And these Lowe's and BJ's was on the 15th. Speedway for fuel for $50. And then I went to a market and I picked up $3.56 worth of goods. On the 16th, I got some cash rewards from Coinout for $25. On the 17th, I went to the doctor for $25. I paid the babysitter again for $220 on the 17th. And on the 18th, I went to Speedway for more gas for $80 and a penny. On the 18th, I went to ShopRite for $221.95 in groceries. And I was with the kids this day. We went to McDonald's for $20.08 for some food. I paid my iCloud subscription for $2.99 on the 19th. And then I went to Speedway again. So this $80 was for the expedition. This $50 was for the expedition again, because I was doing a lot of driving. So $50 and a penny. We went to a restaurant for breakfast. This was for my son and I. This was a mommy and me date. It's important to spend time with the kids and spend time with the kids separately. So he is 9, And, he needs some mommy and me time. So I took him out to breakfast. We spent $60. It was pretty expensive. I was kind of not happy. I was happy to take him out, but after seeing the bill, I was not happy. But he had a good time. We had a good day. On the 20th, I got cash rewards from Upside. This is $30.09. So if you don't know about Upside, Upside is linked in my description. It is a rewards app where you can buy convenience food, you can buy gas, and you will get the reward. So I made $30 on there. Fisher's online store on the 20th for $65 for personal spending. So on the 20th, $10 was sent over to savings for Credit Karma automatic deposit. Then I went back to McDonald's for $25.17. This was on the 21st. So on the 21st, I went to the doctor's for $25 copay. Then I hustled, and I spoke about this in my paycheck allocation. I hustled and I made $132.65 on Instacart. This is clear. Then I sent that money over into savings. This is going to be my vacation spending money. I already spoke about this. Total of $187.74. So this is going to be the Instacart money, the Upside money, and the Coinout money. Okay. On the 22nd, I went to King Cullen and I picked up groceries for $105.76. And I had breakfast at the bagel shop for $4. So this additional groceries, I did mention that my in-laws are in town. They were here for a week. Their time is actually coming to a close. So it was an impromptu trip. They were actually going to Canada and the trip got rearranged. So they ended up coming to stay with us. I had to, reroute some monies because we needed more groceries than I would have bought because, they're here with us. It's lovely to have them. The kids are having a very lovely time with them. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see them play with their grandkids. So that's it for the amount. Everything else is from the next paycheck. Let's jump into the budget. And as you could see, you guys, before I jump over there, this was not a lot of transactions. So I am actually curbing my spending because before, I would have so much more transactions. But anyway, let's jump over into the budget and we're going to talk about it. So this paycheck started out with a rollover of $37.03. Our main income came in at $3,330.98. It's a little bit more than what I forecasted. Miscellaneous transfers and any additional money that came in, including from savings and side hustles and rewards, amount to $8,968. That's for a total income of $12,336 and a penny. So I only budgeted for $3,313. So let's go into the fixed bills. And this, I haven't changed the layout. I did change the YNAB layout, but I'm not going to change the spreadsheet. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. So the rent, I set aside at $1,250. Electric wasn't due. Student loan wasn't due, but I did pay that big payment to One Main for $8,000. Car insurance, renter's insurance, braces, and auto loan, those were already paid. Next up is a cell phone. Cell phone was $290.11. I had budgeted $300, so that's great. I came in under. Internet for $122.95. I budgeted $123, so I was only 5 cents under for this one. Lending club, I budgeted half the payment for $530, and half was paid. Babysitter, I budgeted $440. I paid $440. Child support, I budgeted $263, and that was what was paid. After school, nothing. I actually did not get to go make the payment. The money is still in the account. I will figure out how to do that. But $40 was budgeted. Nothing was paid. Subscriptions, I budgeted $80 and I only paid $21.44. So this is great. So I budgeted $3,026 in fixed expenses. I ended up paying $10,917.50. Okay, in the flexible spending section, copay and meds, I budgeted $25. I spent $50, so there was an extra doctor's appointment that I didn't budget for. Eating out was $30 that was budgeted. I spent $115.25, and this is a lot. This is a lot, but I'm not gonna cry over it. I get to spend some very well needed mommy son time. Okay, for fuel I budgeted 50. I spent 180.02. We did a lot of driving, so because of my doctor's appointments, they're not close to home. So we had to go about, and I also had to do grocery shopping, which is also not close to home. Groceries, I didn't budget anything, but I spent $358.55, and this basically came out of the amount that I held back from the 401k loan. Heating oil, nothing was budgeted, nothing was spent. Household, nothing was budgeted. I spent $53.51. Miscellaneous car expense, I did budget $125 for the renewal of the car tags. I spent $123.50. Other kids' expense, I didn't budget anything. I spent $55. Personal spending, I didn't budget anything, but I spent $65. Propane and giving, nothing budgeted, nothing spent. Savings, $57. I actually sent $386.99, and that's huge. Nothing for unexpected spending, and nothing was budgeted, nothing spent. So out of $287 that was budgeted in the flexible spending section, I spent $1,387.82. On the credit card section, I didn't budget anything and I didn't spend anything. So out of the $12,336 and a penny, I spent $12,305.32. So we're left with $30.69. This 23 cents that I have down here is what was actually left in my account. This was what rolled over. So I'm a bit off. So let's see what the difference is. The difference is $7.41. I can't find it. So this $30.69, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm working with the $23.28. That's what's going to be considered rolling over. Grocery got a little bit out of control. So did fuel for the cars, but I'm not sweating it. Most of what I budgeted came in on target. I am pretty proud of myself that I set aside half the rent and it stayed there. That's huge. I didn't spend the money. So you guys, I appreciate you if you've hung on this long. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you follow along with my journey and watch me win little by little. So you guys, my name is Melissa, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.